Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the new Hector Herrera card to check out today. I just recently picked up the Shadow Chemistry cell, so I'm going to go ahead and actually give him that because obviously as a midfielder, I think that's going to be the best solution for a card like this because we're going to be taking a look at his base card stats with us taking into consideration the fact that this card is going to be improved, right? So if we take a look at Herrera's card, I did this because he's an ex-FC Porto player, right? So obviously had to do him. And because there's rumors that there might be a player of the month, João Felix, in the future. So if that's the case, nice little green link to work with João Felix in the future. But we're taking a look at a card that is 6'1" with high work rates, right-footed, 3-star skills with a 4-star weak foot. In regards to his player traits, he has these solid player traits. In regards to his in-games, he's got 73 acceleration, 74 sprint speed. So that specifically over time will improve depending on how far Atletico Madrid get into the Champions League. But I'm pretty sure that they are essentially guaranteed into the next round, if I remember correctly, because they played against Bayern Munich the other day and tied, right? And their group stage. Okay, so they're not guaranteed actually. So they're in a situation where they're in second place with 6 points against Red Bull Salzburg, who's on 4 points, right? So again, things can still change. They still have one more game to go. So, maybe Atletico Madrid choke completely and just don't get through to the next round, right? But with Hector Herrera's card, it was a card I was going to do regardless because of him being a former FC Porto player. And again, because of that João Felix link, right? But the shooting presence on this card is actually pretty solid at 86 attacking positioning, 76 finishing with 85 shot power, 82 long shots. His passing abilities on the card is actually really good as well for base characteristics as well. Dribbling obviously is probably going to present to be a problem from time to time because he is a player that doesn't have crazy dribbling stats. However, for a midfielder, they are pretty good. Now, you could totally use him as a center mid, but that's not really going to be his full characteristic, right? It's going to be mostly like, if I have De Jong in my team, and I have Herrera in my team, and I'm playing my two midfielders in like a 3-5-2 formation or whatever, it'll be ideal to use this card as one of the CDMs, being the high work rated one, because even if I have him on stay back while attacking cut passing lanes, he'll still be somewhat attacking oriented from time to time, even with those instructions set on the card, right? So it's just a very well balanced dude, because in a situation like this, I have De Jong on the bench just because of the review, obviously, because in the future I'll probably see if I can get that player of the month, João Felix, if it does come out. But there's the links that you can work with that are really nice with this card. But dribbling, again, I don't expect him to be that responsive. Defending on the card for base card stats is not crazy, but it's definitely good enough, right? Because when you give him the Shadow Chemistry style, it is drastically improved in a lot of areas, and he's also very good for base card stats in the important ones like defensive awareness and interceptions, considering the fact that he is a 6'1" player with, I wouldn't say a big body type, but his body type's definitely not like a lean one, right? And then last but not least, he does have very good physical stats as well, with 81 strength, 97 stamina, and 87 aggression. So because of the way that this team is actually lined up, the formation that I'm going to be using is going to be, the 3-5-2. We're going to have João Felix playing in the cam position. Gelson Martins will play on the left side, sure, why not? We'll have João Felix playing in the cam position, but I want to play my two CDMs as Hector Herrera and Renato Sanchez on cut pass lane, stay back while attacking, and cover center. Now, it's not necessarily the most balanced because of the fact that Renato Sanchez is also a high work rate player, so obviously having someone like a De Jong next to Herrera might be a better balance, but in this game it's a little bit different because sometimes you actually have two defensive mid-oriented players that are high work rated, but they still perform really well in game together. Like a lot of players who are very good at this game, pro players, they do that, and it actually works out really well for them. It's just that it's always nice that when you're attacking, you're always essentially guaranteed that defensive presence with the CDM being on medium high. But yeah, we're mostly going to be using the 3-5-2. I am curious to see how he's going to play in the team. Hopefully he's a beast. PS5, by the way, as you guys can barely look at the team. The PS5 gameplay is the exact same. It's not, oh, this is not great for kits. I have to change my kit because of this, actually. But yeah, don't feel like you guys are missing out if you didn't get the PlayStation for FIFA, because honestly, it doesn't really make a big difference. Like the gameplay is the exact same. It's weird that they didn't actually make it cross-play between both the PlayStation 4 and PS5, because it's literally just better graphics. But you can obviously see that Ronaldo, or not Ronaldo, but Hector Herrera's dribbling is not necessarily going to be the most responsive, but look at how big this card actually is in game. He's massive, right? And that's obviously going to be a very, very nice thing to have, especially with the instructions that I have set for him and for Ronaldo Sanchez. Because look, he's huge, man. Very, very tall CDM.
Here's Atal.
4-star weak foot in situations like that as well is always really nice. Shot across goal. Oh. Dembele low-key has been really... he's been, like, low-key disappointing me, man. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like, he doesn't take the greatest of shots. Like, even though I have him on full chemistry with a finisher, he's still better than most players, obviously, at a lower price range, but, you know. You can see that I'm pushing out here with Ronaldo Sanchez. The way that Hector Herrera actually positions himself in that CDM area is really solid so far. Definitely really like that. See what his acceleration is like here. It's not bad, actually. It's pretty solid. You definitely need a little bit more acceleration and sprint speed, so you kind of hope for those boosts in the future, but, you know. Just going to go ahead and actually force that run there with the tall so we can actually utilize the side positions here. It's not where I meant to pass it. I wanted to go to Hector Herrera there. I like his positioning a lot so far. His positioning is pretty great. Yeah, his tracking is great there. So on the pass lane instruction, he definitely follows it really well. Wow. They got to fix these deflections. People do not deserve to get a deflection in that area if they shoot from that position. But, you know, this game is not meta. Oh, it's not skilled in these senses, right? But it is what it is. Hector contributes really well right there. Pass. Dembele, shot across goal. There we go. Score that opportunity. The pressure that he puts on opposition isn't bad either because of his body type. The biggest thing that this card has right now is body type. Like, it makes him incredibly usable, especially if I want to make that past and present FC Porto squad for me. But, yeah, it's also very important that he has that 4-star weak foot. It's very helpful to build up the play with a weak foot like that.
It needs an accurate cross. Herrera.
Ooh, nice bounce pass, actually. What's interesting in that situation is he's actually going to run into that empty space right there, even on the stay back while attacking instruction. So it's pretty cool that he was actually going to do that for me there. Because the pass was good. If I made the pass right away, it would have actually worked out perfectly, but we move.
Dembele on the ball. Dembele, he's in here.
Near post. Nice. Good job, João Felix. João Felix's position that's, like, the best for him is the cam position. He's such a weird person to have up top in the striker area that it's just really good that I can actually use him in the cam spot as much as I can. Koscielny is he's just a very generic player. He's not special in any way. You know Konate? So Konate is like a slower player acceleration wise, but man, Konate, like, if they gave Konate acceleration, like if he gets any sort of team of the season in the future and they give him acceleration, that card's probably gonna be one of the best center backs in the game. He's so freaking good. Koundé, don't even get me started on Koundé. Koundé is just top class. Yeah, I don't know, man. The shooting is... It's interesting, man. I feel like the shots directly towards the other side of the goal has been, like, diminished in a way. They don't feel like they're as accurate from a certain distance. This is not me talking about PS5, by the way. This is just generally speaking, but... Yeah, I don't know. You definitely have to hit a certain distance, like midway against the goalkeeper to consistently hit those cross-body goals.
Credit to them for winning back possession.
Yeah, so far right now, I mean, Hector Herrera is a pretty basic card, right? So for 100 and something K, it's a pretty expensive card, but the thing that you are obviously working off of is the fact that if he does get improved in the future, and there is also the variable of a player of the month, João Felix coming out, Marcus Llorente links, or any sort of Atletico Madrid player in the future that gets upgraded, that's a huge variable to consider when looking at a card like this, right? So...
De Jong. Cristiano Ronaldo.
I got an interception right there. I'll take that. All right, guys. So final verdict on this Hector Herrera card. So for a card that costs 111k, you're looking at someone that you're looking into future upgrades on the card. Because right now he's obviously pretty generic in that CDM position. He's definitely incredibly usable in that area, but he definitely needs a couple more boosts to be, I think, significantly better in game in regards to playing him in the CDM position or as your center mid that is stay back while attacking cover center oriented, while the other player could be more attacking oriented, right? With a card like this on the Shadow Chemistry style, his defensive abilities is pretty solid because of the fact that he's big and he also has the interception stats with the height that he has. The acceleration and sprint speed being low in certain situations is definitely going to be a noticeable thing for sure. And obviously with the dribbling stats that he has, with the agility and balance where it's at, you will definitely notice those things as well. Shooting, if he gets in front of the goal and he gets into angles that it makes sense that he's going to potentially score the opportunities, it's great. 4-star weak foot works really well for him. Like I said, this is definitely a card that on the stay back while attacking instruction on high work rates, he is defensive oriented. Honestly, he barely ever attacked for me unless it was a very obvious open space that he saw, because high attacking work rates doesn't mean never attacking, right? But he was still very defensive oriented anyway. So regardless, it's a card I wanted to do because of him being a former FC Porto player, but currently it is a card that definitely needs its upgrades to be significantly better in game. But for the fun concept, remember, João Felix is probably going to come out soon. Maybe. We'll see what's up with the Player of the Month version of the card, if it does or if it doesn't, but regardless, it's a cool card to have in your team, especially because of the link-ups with Mexican players, but mostly the Atletico Madrid and Liga Santander aspects. So hopefully you guys enjoy this review. I'll catch you guys for the next video. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.